Morning guys, welcome to the Tuesday morning session for week 8 of the Guildford City Fitness live stream. Thanks for the challenge results as well from yesterday. Make sure your warm-up period is clear because we're going to start the warm-up and it's backstroke skipping to begin with today. So you've got 2 1-minute rounds, make sure you have a drink on hand too, and we're going to get straight into it. So you've got 10 seconds to finish off your drink and we're going to go with backstroke skipping in 3, 2, 1, go.
You've got Chris, Finch, Dave, Noah, Millie says morning, yeah.
Morning guys.
Ben, Brogan, Alex,
Hopefully we've had less alarm snafus this morning.
Ben, Sam, Caroline and Ollie say good morning. Charlie, Elizabeth and Matt T.
I think we've already got more than we did yesterday. That's annoying. I'll deal with that in a second.
It's
But
background music, it's fine.
Huh?
It's background music.
Rubbish is what it is.
Pearl,
I think we've
Michelle Ware.
Morning Michelle, relax. I think we've already got more than we had yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I think that happened last Tuesday as well.
Paige and Amy.
3, 2, 1, go. Morning Paige and Amy. Don't forget, I know you're all busy working during the sets, but the more you call each other out and support each other during the video, the better you all seem to do.
Sam C is logged in. Cam. Oh, and Lee's here as well.
That's pretty much everyone by the sounds of it. I know the nays have been watching as well, they're just a lot shyer.
Julian says morning everyone.
Morning Julian. See if my ankles throwing some normal.
Ewan Taylor says morning.
How you doing, Ewan? Just how impactful my skipping is. Okay, last few seconds. Relax. So then you've got squat to hip lift, and then windmill. So as low as you can with the squat. And then straight back, straight legs.
Hello from Morgan.
How you doing, Morgan? Doesn't matter so much on this one if you bounce in and out of positions, as long as you just have to wake up your hamstrings. Well, mine always need it after divers. Keep your messages coming through about recovery and session amendments. There's 6 windmills total, so make sure you keep that back straight. You can slowly increase the intensity if you put your hand high on your wrist to knee, and then start to slide it down. So if your feet are wide, it'll start to pull you through at a gentle pace. Okay, 6 of those, and then you've got 6 streamline lunges and 6 wall slides. So alternating lunge, hands and streamline, knee down to the ground. So the main thing is that your knee taps the ground, not smashing into it. I've done that one too many times myself. And keep your ribs pinched down, so lift your hips up towards your ribs and vice versa. So you've got a strong core during the streamline. And then you go into wall slides. So wall slides are always much better than floor slides. Well, have your feet up. Think about your core while you do it, so hips up towards your head, as in the bone on the front of your hips. And just try and drive your wrists into the floor as best you can. and start trying to figure out what feels tight. So you might find like your chest doesn't want to play a game, like your shoulder might feel a bit weird. But the more you can think about those things, the more you can target your work for afterwards. Okay, that's the floor side. You've got alternating shoulder rolls. So one hand forward, one hand back. Make sure your thumb's facing forwards. So you basically want your thumb to face the opposite direction to where it's going to go. So it's going up, it's thumbs down. And when it goes behind you, it's out. Now I have to think about this one, so I'm going to start talking. And then you switch them at the top. And then once you've done 3 of them, you change direction. Oh no. Oh, no, it's the same direction. Okay, so 6 in total, and then 6 split jumps. So like you do for the lower body day. So just 3 on each side. Stick and land. Use the arm swing, stay up tall. Okay, and then part 1 for today's whole body strength. So Spider-Man press ups into hollow hold, reverse plank, and then split squat hold. So in Spider-Man press up, I don't have too many messages about it, but if you set yourself up like you're going to do angry cat, happy cat, put your left hand forward, so it's sort of like bear crawl, left hand forward, right foot forward, and then do a press up there, and then switch, you go right hand forward, left foot forward. Just try and keep your back flat while you do it. And then hollow hold, ankles and shoulders up off the floor. Ideally in streamline, if you can't hold that, bring your hands down and then retract your legs. Reverse plank, heels on the ground, toes up, hands on the floor, make yourself into a table, and just push your hips as hard as you can. Should start to get close to something like a maximal hip thrust or a deadlift for those that have done those. And then split squat hold, 20 seconds on each side, knee as close to the ground as you can. So last 10 seconds, grab yourself a drink. We're going into Spider-Man push-ups. In 3, 2, 1, go. So it doesn't matter which side you start on, just make sure it's opposite hand to foot. And switch sides now. So it takes a bit more coordination and thought. It starts to split the load, so one side's working harder than the other, but also works on a bit of hip mobility, so it's a whole body movement. Relax. 10-second break, then you're into hollow hold. So 3, 2, 1, go. So start with the hardest one. Feet up, shoulders up, hands over your head. If that starts to fall apart, bring your hands down. Keep your heels away from your body. Just make sure no matter what you do, your lower back stays flat on the floor. Take a couple of seconds break if you need to. As long as you're holding that position and don't reach with your chin. So try and keep your head and your ears between your arms. So if they start to drop, let your head fall too. Okay, last couple of seconds. 2, 1, relax, So 10 off again, into reverse plank. And 3, 2, 1, go. So make sure your hands are as wide as they need to be so that you can focus on your hips for this one. It's quite a good movement for improving shoulder mobility, but that's not the aim for now. And make sure you push your hands down, so any movement where you're supporting your upper body, you're trying to drive your hands down. Hips are the focus, but if you just slouch into it, it's not a great place for your shoulders to be. A little bit longer, just 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, relax there. 10 off, and then you have to split squat hold. So 20-ish on each side. 3, 2, 1, go. So make sure you stay as upright as you can, so your chest is parallel to the wall in front of you. Just about time to switch over, so swap now. Little delay as you can. Make sure your feet are in the same place so that your quads are working evenly. And try and progress yourself to having your knee down at the floor. Last 10 seconds. Okay. 3, 2, 1, relax. 30 seconds off, and you're back into Spider-Man press up. The split squat's not too bad. Round one always feels like a warm-up to me anyway. Just try and make sure that you get an even number of reps on each side. 10 seconds left.
Tegan's Drew says, morning, sorry, the Wi-Fi keeps crashing.
2, 1, go. So left hand, right foot. That's all right, Tegan. Not everyone can have like someone behind the camera. Look how I do. To handle technical issues. Okay, swap sides. Don't know about you, but my body just does not want to go this way. Make sure your back stays flat, even if that means that your foot has come a bit further down. And then we're going to stop now. Back into hollow hold. Two, 1, go. So at no point, no matter what variation you do, even if you just go for a slightly, like the beginning phase of a deadlift or a midpoint, the more you can hold your lower back down, the more you're going to feel your core working. 2, 1, relax. Into reverse plank. In 3, 2, 1, go. If you still don't think you're getting close to a full max effort, just move your feet further away. No, that was a screenshot, not a photo.
It was.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I've got video evidence of everything. I can just screen capture the video if I need to.
Yeah, definitely. But you could definitely rip out the worst parts of these videos.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Little video montage.
Okay, we're 5 seconds left.
But then if I did that, I'd have to include the times when we
Oh, relax.
first started doing the videos where my face was in it.
Wasn't that bad. Split squat hold. 2, 1, go. So this one would minimise the time you spend setting up for this one, would be to do it against the wall, because then you don't have to worry about whether your foot's too far back. Just while you're holding, as a focus, if you try and push, imagine you're pushing yourself down, rather than just waiting to fall, swap over. So even now I'm trying to push my toes into the floor and drive my heel down. If you just relax, it becomes a lot harder. 10 seconds left. Okay, almost there. And relax. Okay, one more round. 30 seconds left for a drink. To ask any questions you need to. People that are struggling with the Spider-Man push-ups, just go into normals or alternate to doing dips. Just some other pressing variation, but only if you've got niggles in as well. If you haven't told me, I think I know who that will be, but if you have a new one, let me know. 3, 2, 1, go. So hopefully your knee should be, if you switch over, your knee should be about in line with your elbow. Just as a guideline. It does look like we're doing a push-up and getting a hip stretch at the same time. And then relax. 10 off, back into hollow hold. And ready, go. So the ideal position, which I'm not going to be able to hold for very long, is pretty much that. So if you imagine you were hanging off a pull-up bar with your toes in front of you, the further up you can pull your shoulders, the harder your stomach's going to have to work. Which is why if you're struggling, you can drop your arms, it's less weight over your head. And just try and get your hips and ribs as close to each other as you can. 2, 1, relax. Okay, into reverse plank. In 3, 2, 1, go. So feet forward. To make sure if you put your feet forward, your shoulders stay over your wrists. You can try and lower this if you need to. I don't think you gain that much from it based on the position you're holding with your arms. Relax. Split squat hold to finish off part 1. 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm going to try and do it against the door. Swap. To bring your back foot to your front foot. And to put your back foot against the wall again. Okay, last few seconds. 1, and relax. So 1 minute break into part 2 with aerobic conditioning. So you've got mountain climbers, lunge to high knee, skipping, and then burpees. So. So especially people with shoulder niggles might be easier to start off with incline mountain climbers. You can sub it in just to do high knees, but then you take away the postural part of it. You don't get to focus on your core quite so much. So always start with the harder one and then drop down if you need to. Even if it's only a little bit, it's still going to give you more progress. Just try and do a few seconds more each time. 15 seconds left. Starting with mountain climbers. I'll start with one. Okay, ready, and 2, 1, go. Wouldn't recommend doing this against the door to hold your feet because you're more likely to bash your ankles into it. And relax. 10 off into lunge and high knee. 3, 2, 1, go. So reverse lunge, knee down to the floor, big drive up forwards. Alternating if you have to, or try and stick on one leg. Okay, swap that if you were doing one leg. Make sure your lunge distance is set so that you don't have to lean. So if you have to come down like this, shorten it up a bit, lean back. Okay, and relax. So you're into skipping. In 2, 1, go. So with the rope, star jump, I am order. It's whatever you need to do to keep your heart rate high. And relax, and finish off round 1 with burpees. And 2, 1, go. So bounce in the middle if you need to get as big a jump as you can. Last little bit, 10 seconds left. Okay, and relax there. 30-second break. Make sure you can breathe, windows open, etc. Okay, ready to go. Back into mountain climbers. In 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, 15 seconds left. Last 5. And relax. Lunge into high knee. In 2, 1, go. Explode up from the floor. Make sure they don't become too lazy. So push your foot down through the floor and push your back foot diagonally up towards your chest. Just try and get it in the direction you want it to go. Ten seconds. Okay, and relax. 10 off into skipping. In 3, 2, 1, go. Ten seconds left. And relax. Got 10 more off, and you're into burpees. Finish round 2. 2, 1, go. Just still making sure your back always stays flat. So you're going from press up plank into a jump as quick as you can. Like you're loading a spring. So load and explode. Even if you slow down in the first part, hands on floor, feet out slow, back in fast. 10 seconds. And 2, 1, relax. So one more break, one more round, and then you're finished. Make sure you're asking questions now. Or start thinking of things you need to ask for later on. So mountain climbers, switch them for high knees if your shoulders are hurting. And we're going back in 3, 2, 1, go. So don't worry too much about pace. You can sprint them as long as you're on one foot, only ever on one foot. If you see people dragging their feet backwards and forwards like they're skating, it takes away the core bit. You may as well just jog on the spot. Okay, last 10 seconds. And relax. Into your lunging. In 3, 2, 1, go. Even if you have to take more time at the bottom of the lunge to build some momentum, that's more important than having a lazy up phase. So that, compared to that one. Switch sides if you didn't. And relax into skipping. Okay, I'm ready, go. Okay, last 10 seconds. The more efficient you can get at being bouncy during the skips, the more oxygen you'll conserve. And relax. Go final one for today. One more round of burpees. In 3, 2, 1, go. So maybe you don't beat your score within a round, but you can beat more burpees than you did last week. Keep it going, guys, last 15 seconds. Time for a few more. Okay, last 5. And relax. Keep moving around, getting deep breaths. So today's going to be static stretching for quads. So I'm going to go super couch today, so I can kneel down, but it's a lot harder than a normal one. Pillow on the ground. Foot against the wall. It's going to look like a hip stretch. And the closer you can get your knee to the wall, the more you're going to feel it in the middle of your leg. Wow. So think about posture, engage your abs. Try to squeeze your glutes, so you're trying to push them forward. If you can't, just lean forward a bit more, and so you can get that hip squeeze. Hands off your legs. And switch sides. As well, if you think your hamstrings are going to cramp, that's another good reason to change your foot position. If you think your knee starts to pinch, come a bit further away as well. Just go for more hip. So when in doubt, get a lot of hip squeeze. If you're already getting a lot, try and move closer to the wall. So as much as it looks like a hip stretch, use the wall, use a cushion, and try and get it to feel different. Experiment. Okay, hamstring stretch. Maintain that flat back position, feet close together like you're on the blocks. Hand switch. It's almost as though as you go lower, you want to try and go into more of a happy cat position. So I've seen it on a few of the videos myself, where I tell everyone to keep flat back, and I start to round because I feel more of a stretch. And it's a big fallacy. If you feel more stretch but your body's not in the right position, it's not giving you the right effect. Depends on whether you want to feel a stretch or whether you want to improve your mobility. Okay, relax. After that you've got hips. So just to separate, if you're doing super couch, you go into a different hip stretch, go iron cross, single leg. So if your hips are tight, you'll probably find that you can swing your leg across your body and it'll just hold itself there without any sense of stretch. If you do get that, just use your hand to pull your knees to different positions. So I had nothing before, now it's all outside of my hip. So if that's the limiting factor, just stand up and do the sideways facing standing hip stretch. So that one I can feel it a lot more. But if you only feel it a little bit, turn it into this one. As long as your posture's aligned properly, that's probably one of the more effective ways to feel the stretch there. Squeaks awake.
Oh.
Okay, hip stretch, then you're on to lats. She wants that.
Yeah.
So lats. It's a minute of static. So 30 seconds on each side. If you want to try and transition between positions. Try and get your head up over your shoulders as you twist. Just find different places to hang out. Change your hand position on the table or the wall. Try pushing your hands down to get a squeeze. Try it with one hand up. See if that feels different. And relax. So again, even moving your elbow up and down is just going to create a different effect, a different sensation around your upper body. And then into chest. Always find for this one, messing around doesn't do quite as much for you as the lat one does, but deep breathing does. So as long as you try and get your shoulder away from your sternum, you're going to create quite a good sense of stretch around your pecs. More often than not, if someone tells you that you've got bad posture, there's always going to be multiple reasons for why that might be. Some of it can be sensory, some of it can be because of a lack of mobility, tightness or overtraining and a lack of recovery. So always start with the chest or know the answers. So if you know that you're prone to slouching forward, either think about it more or check to see whether you've always got the same feeling of tightness. If you do, there's more that I can be doing to help you with that, beyond just telling you to stretch. Neck and ankle as always. Today's challenge, plank for as long as you can, or at the time. And then make sure you watch, you've got two things to watch actually. So you've got, obviously, Ellen's talk about competition recovery, all sorts of things in there about making sure you do your swim down, making sure you foam well at competition, making sure you eat right, things that you all know, you've been told them for long enough. Just as a reflection for me as a coach, is that there always seems to be a very interesting relationship between the people that don't do it right and then catastrophize the most when swim doesn't go well. So if you do all the preparation bits, it gives you more, a bigger sense of control that you did everything you could People that go up to competitions treat it as a jolly, eat what they want, don't recover, have to be chased to get into the swim down pool. They tend to be the ones that struggle the most when they don't get the result they want. So bear that in mind if that sounds like you. If you're at competition and you start to panic about bad performances, start getting those processes in place, because it gives you a greater sense of control. It means coaches can support you better by asking the right questions, and it helps you move forward. People that fear failure just tend to boil it off, do what they have to. People love confirmation bias, so people love talking about the chocolate cereal they eat before they race and they always PB. That's fine until it's not, and one day it'll happen and it'll become much harder to deal with and get over and change if you haven't tried the good advice that every coach is telling you. But coaches only tell you that because it's been proven in practice by swimmers probably better than you, and arguably the best in the world. So it's always worth considering. And then you've got to watch Tilly's video as well. So in terms of people that manage their workload, there's no better place to talk about that than Tilly as a club captain. All the dancing she does on top of the swimming and the A levels. She does a great job of trying to piece everything together. So it's absolutely worth seeing what she's got to say. That's on the YouTube and the club Facebook as well. It was a really cool video, both of them. I'm going to go for now. Make sure you handle any other stretching and recovery that you need. Ask any questions that you have to. Thank you for taking part this morning, and then from everyone else at Guildford City, I want to thank you for watching. Have a nice day.